Hey guys, happy Friday. I hope you have a wonderful day. Okay, I think that today's read is great. Okay, I'm going to point out some pitfalls that we can get into due to the planet dance right now. Okay, um, but if we play our cards right, this can be a financial windfall here. This can absolutely be this can set you up for a very, very long time today. Okay. It can also set you up for uh, being very, very lucky with lotto. I'm not an advocate gambling, but I think that, you know, there's nothing wrong with it from time to time. I don't, right? Unless it becomes an obsession. But anyhow, point being, it would be a good day to do that. All right. So what we come in with is the 7 of coins. Okay. We have the Magician, the Ace of coins, the 3 of coins, and the Knight of Swords fell out. So I took him. Okay. And I think that there's a reason that he's showing up here. Okay. We want to keep things in check here. First, let's go through, if you don't mind, just a quickie of what I, the extent of my astrology, basically. But I know that there is an alignment here that could propel you forward, right? Or it can render you useless, basically. So the more we know, the more we can work with the energies, right? Okay, we have Mercury dancing now between Aries and Taurus. Very similar but different energies in both of those signs, right? And I believe that Mercury is literally sitting right on the fence between the two, okay? Which is why I want to bring up the planet dance, because if you look in here, we have all Earth elements, right? We have all coins. We've got the Knight of Swords in here, who is air, okay, and he fell out. That air with earth suffocates each other. They literally suffocate each other. Okay, so what I want to say with that is that we want to make sure that we are not steamrolling over people, that we're not discounting other people's input in things, right? Because when we're lacking fire and we're lacking water, it means that, we can be cold, uninspired, right? A little chilly in the relationship area, and that's on all fronts, right? We basically just have a little bit of difficulty in dealing with emotions, our own and other people's. And my concern with this is that, you've got Mercury in Aries and we've got Mercury in Taurus. Okay. Mercury in Aries is quick thinking, zero patience. Mercury in Taurus is slow and steady, grounded and steady. They're not restless energies. So we want to maybe try to pull a little bit on that. Okay. The dynamic here, though, is Aries and Taurus both are very set in their ways when we are lacking these kind of elements. Okay. I'm just going to say here, use these energies for their good. Okay. You don't want to be brutally honest with someone. I mean, you want to be honest, of course, always, but you kind of want to watch your words today, because I think that things may slip out, um, without how you think they're being perceived, and we may offend someone. Okay. Um, I think honestly though, if we play our cards right, we can really get things going here. Okay. With the magician, I'm just going to say, he's crossed by the ace of coins here. You can absolutely pull in everything that you want right now. Okay. You just want to be, you don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, because then you can burn yourself out, literally, and then circle the bend because your creative juices stop flowing because you exhausted yourself, right? Now, keep in mind too that this Knight of Wands here, or Knight of Swords, he's only going to pull in what's sitting around him. Okay, we've got the Three of Coins, which means you're most likely going to have to keep your emotions in check today on all fronts. Okay, you want to have that energy, that creative flow, right? But you don't want to run into the burning building and then realize that it's on fire, right? Because when that card, it's a great card to have as far as bravery and skill and just going for it, right? But you don't want to do that in an impetuous way that that costs you. Okay, because the negative side to that card is, you or someone to you. You can be on either end of this. Okay, but given it's the outbound here, it most likely would be you doing it. Okay, don't be impulsive, because impulsive mistakes can cost you a lot here. And this can set you up, honestly, for a great future. You're on the right path. You're right where you need to be. You want to play your cards right. Okay. Now, the opposite end of this loveliness with Mercury and Aries and Taurus is that on the opposite end of the spectrum, you've got Jupiter and Libra, which is normally wonderful, right? But if you're on that end of the spectrum here and you're coming up against someone, Libra is very open-minded, right? They're very they're very apt to change, their minds in the midst of an argument, right? They're just very, they're diplomatic, they're kind. They do best in a one-on-one relationship, right? On any front, work arena, or they're very creative people, but they can very easily be talked off their path. So if you're on that, just keep in mind here, wherever you are, pull the signs out of it. The only reason that I'm mentioning this is because these are the energies that might not be, how do you say, might not be at full capacity in the positive side, right? So you want to account for any pitfalls that you might come up against, right? You want to notice that if you feel something, if your ears get hot, so to speak, and you're in the midst of a conversation, that's when you want to put maybe 10 pieces of gum in your mouth, because it's pretty safe to say that something's going to come out in a way that's going to offend someone. It's not intentional. It's just, these are the, we all have different sides to ourselves, right? And depending upon what's really going on here, it's when, that rage that's been under the surface for 50 years is now going to rear itself, right? And it's going to burn the village down. It's just knowing these things, guys. That's the only reason that I pointed out. Okay. So we want to keep our emotions in check today. We want to take into account that we're not the only one in equations, that, we work well with others. Okay. And we want to be balanced too. We want to be spiritually grounded as well as materially grounded, right? Because this is that equation that I always throw in here that, and again, I used lotto, right? A perfect example is, the people that win lotto, they're usually the people, I think it's like 80s or 90s% where they end up in bankruptcy, because it's just too much. You know where I'm saying? That's where the point I'm really trying to make here is we want to balance things across the board here, because this is wonderful. Play your cards right. The Seven of Coins, let's just start there. That's the energy, okay? That is wealth. That is gain, okay? It's hard work, it's progress, it's success, okay? The Magician is all of these elements balanced, okay? And that is health, wealth, and well-being right there, okay? It's perfection, it's attainment, it's prosperity, okay? You want to be, again, this is where you really want to be material, excuse me, materially and spiritually balanced here, okay? Because our creativity comes from inside, and then we deploy it, right? And that's where the gain comes in. We don't want to be, you know, impetuous here. We don't want to be talked into things. Okay, that's the only reason that I bring up, you know, Jupiter and Libra. Okay, because they're very easily swayed in a different direction. You want to, you know, the good news is that Taurus is they're pretty inflexible because they like to go slow and steady and see tangible results, right? Aries also, but they can be a little bit more, these energies can work wonderful together. They really can. Okay, you want to, you know, be able to work with other people, be open to different ideas, but if you truly believe in something, like if you truly, truly believe in it, don't compromise with it. Just find a way to work with it, because the good part with Libra here is that, you know, when they develop a strong sense of self, right? Which Libra goes back and forth with, right? That's the problem. They tend to be the pleasers. They tend to give in to things that other people want just because they don't like to argue, which is wonderful, but they also, in the midst of that, compromise themselves, okay? When these, in this planet dance here, you've got that strong sense of self. Pull on that, okay? Because that is what makes you stronger, okay? And this is when you start to care less about what other people think of you. You know your idea is great. You know it's creative. You know that it's going to succeed for you. You know it's going to give you financial gain. Don't compromise on that. Hold your own on that. Okay. And I think that the people around you will be pleasantly surprised, and they'll be more than happy to work with you. Right. So it's a delicate balance today. Okay. It's knowing what we want, knowing how to get it, be open to what other people have to say. Don't take offense. Don't take things personally, you know, and you can set yourself up here for a really great financially secure future here. Okay. Um, the Three of Coins too, okay? That's great skill. You know, it's hard work. It's the perfection in things, okay? But you don't want to get so lost there that, you're planning, example, this great birthday party, right? You get everything wonderful. The cake is beautiful. This is, everything is just wonderful, but you forget to pick the birthday kid up from school. You don't want to you want to keep things balanced is where I'm going with this, okay? Um, I think it's great. I think the only problems that we may run into, like I said, is how you handle opposition. Okay, don't be impetuous. Don't run into a burning building here. Okay, don't let people really steamroll you out of things. This dynamic here is great for uh, financial projects, for working with other people. It is great for relationships, but that card on the end here is someone who can really be, uh, how do I say? You can basically be talked out of all your money by the opposite sex. So I'm going to say, be careful what you're doing here. This all is wonderful. Okay, just be very careful, because you may be on the receiving end of someone out of balance here, right? This is how we want it to work for us, but we could be on the receiving end of someone who's imbalanced, someone who's not willing to work with other people, someone who's going to come at you with vengeance, someone who's going to sweet talk you, and whoop, there goes your financial future there. You just want to be awake. You want to be you just want to have all your senses elated today. This is wonderful. This could set you up, honestly, for the life that you're looking for the relationship that you're looking for. I'm camping out here on wealth, financial wealth, okay, because I really have a strong feeling that normally I would go in all different directions, because coins are tangible, right? They're anything on the tangible plane on our day to day, but I really feel with this that this is financial gain, okay? And it's through something that you're doing. And I think that that's great. Now is the time to do it, Okay, that's what the Magician is telling you. You've got the enthusiasm. Okay. Um, I really don't think you're going to have a problem. I think you're going to know exactly how to communicate what you want, right? With yourself, listening to your intuition, deploying it, going steady, getting the game plan, right? Because the Knight of Swords there does really good with lists, does really good with plans. He's very analytical, okay? But he's air. He's like a gazelle. You want to be sure that you're not jumping into things in all the enthusiasm, right? You want to keep things grounded too. That's where, the Aries excuse me, Aries Taurus dance can really, if you merge those two, and you work good with Jupiter there, I think that this is a great setup for you here. Okay, and keep in mind that the 7 coming in, 7 is a mystic number, right? There's divine guidance there. So we want to really pull on this. I mean, I think I really, normally I would err on the side of caution. These signs can suffocate each other, but I'm telling you how we can course correct around this. So I really don't see anything that's going to trip us up here. I really don't. Okay. Keep in mind, guys, okay? I'm using this as the financial tangible because that really is what I feel that it is. If you are someone who is saying, because I do read the comments, like I say, guys, and I so appreciate them, but I just don't have time to respond to all of them. But I really do try to look at them all. Okay, there are people that I know that not one door is opening. I realize that. Okay, but what I want to say with that is, just please note that on my website, I offer video readings for this particular reason. Okay, I do life coaching for this particular reason. Sometimes we have things that are hung up, that are karmic issues, that are just hung up under the surface, that are things that we're still carrying over, habits that we've learned from childhood, right? And they're tripping us up. We just don't see it because we're just used to going in things in this direction. If your life is not hitting one door that's opening in any facet, it's the universe telling you when we hit resistance, we're in the wrong spot, right? It's like trying to, it's in Alaska in the middle of the tundra, and you're trying to, grow a crop of kumquats. It's just not going to happen. You're in the wrong terrain. You're in the wrong spot, right? So when we're hitting resistance like that, it just means we're off course somewhere. So reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to look at anything for you. I can tell you where you're caught up. I can tell you what might be the underlying issue. I can tell you how to course correct it. I can give you tools that you can use. I try to include those in a lot of the videos because, what good is telling you something if I can't tell you how to what how to course correct it, how to go towards it, what to avoid, right? I really do my best, but I'm kind of limited here with the general reading. So if you feel that is you, that's really just caught up, nothing is working out, you're in the wrong spot. That's the only difference. And resistance is the universe's way of protecting you. It's telling you the bridge is out ahead. You want to course correct here. You don't want to keep, driving in the same direction every day, knowing you're going to meet resistance. Okay. And this goes for relationships too. I get that that's a common thread usually with that kind of scenario. I get it. I do. Okay. And I can help you with that too, to the best of my ability, so take what I'm saying. I think this is wonderful. Keep your emotions in balance today. If you're one of those people that leave the comments that nothing is opening, this is a great thing to take the weekend and really think about what at your core lights you on fire. Seriously, because that will align you with this. There is no way that won't open because this is you. And all of our skills come from the divine, which come from inside. So that means you're neither not listening to it or you're hell bent on going in the direction that you want and getting the person that you want and getting, whatever it is that you want, but you're going in the wrong direction. Okay, that's all. This all, this really is for everyone. I truly believe there's not one person that cannot attain this. The only thing that would trip you up is how you engage with other people. you know, and your will behind it, right? Because your desire has got to align with what you want. That's why I say ask yourself at your core, what lights you on fire? And you can set yourself up for the life that you want and never have to worry about anything financial again. It really sits right here, guys. And that's why I took a little bit of a long-winded route to this. Okay? I think I covered everything. All right? This is wealth, health, well-being, relationships, financial security, happiness, joy, contentment. It all sits right here. It really is just taking a deep breath, being honest with yourself, and putting yourself on the forefront, really, you know, and not being swayed into things and people and directions and financial things that you don't want, right? This is long-term sustainability right here, and you have it all at your fingertips if you play your cards right. And all you have to do is connect to your intuition, connect to the divine, ask for guidance, ask for the doors to be opened that are meant to be opened and the ones that are shut to be shut. It really can happen for everyone. Okay. So I think this is a great reading. I hope that I helped you in some way. Okay. Have a wonderful day. If you need me, just reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay. Thank you so much.